Greetings and salutations. I hope you're having a fantastic, wonderful evening, morning, day. This particular video was talking about writing your own stories. Writing your own stories, what could I ever mean? It's just basically talking about your free will to choose, and not only to choose, but the right to choose. Because no one else can actually choose for you besides yourself. Besides yourself, what I mean is that you have your own free will. Rather you know or not know. Why? Why would I say no or not know? The free will limits you to how much you know. That is correct. But so, finding ways around the earth, finding new experiences, new tastes and flavors into what brings you to this earth. Experiences from your own parents is not just the end all be all, but it is a staple to everyone's, whether as of their own choosing or not. Their choosing of upbringing is what the foundations to what they are. But guess what? The things about what you learn. You accept things to whether what you already know, whether it's right or wrong. But understand that society, it does play a big part about your life's journey, writing your own story. To what is good, what is bad, that's something that can be written, but can also be undefined. Because certain things are the moral gray ground. It does exist. But some things are that it is absolutely black and certain things are white. Those are the obvious. But when it comes to your own free will, sometimes you have to decide to what stays, what goes in, what goes out. What is acceptable to you, to others. Your points of views is of your own and of your own fruition. But not only your own fruition, but your own world that you built. Your will to you built is based on your free will. What you learn, what you can bring. It's life, okay? Life is hard, but it can get easier over time through every experience. With every experience, you think of it much of a video game for experience is an experience point, and for every experience point, life gets a bit more easier. As long as you accept it, discern the terms of what your life is, to accept things of what they are or not, and you'll learn to accept things are not, and then you can actually move on. Not just to move on, but actually live quarrels be quarrels, bygones be bygones. But you have to understand that when it comes to actually writing your own story, where do you go? What do you want? Think about the pursuits of happiness, the happiness that you want out of life, or what you want to bring out of life, things you want to leave behind, something you want to actually experience, sort of a bucket list. But guess what? A bucket list does not end there. It always begins and start anew, because it's a cycle to the point that your actual death. Your life can be as memorable or as forgettable. It is all entirely up to you to what that is. To what, if you want to say, simplistic of life, to what it is, and you can find that if the greatest of happiness to what you see and find it is as great, that is great. And you can actually live your life to the fullest. To something that is so little. But if you want to live something grand, the more things you have in your life, understand is the more maintenance you have to put up and put things into straight, because the more things you want out of life, the more complex, the more harder it gets, unless you start experiencing these things little by little, not all at once, which if you do all at once, you will experience certain levels of burnout. And when it comes to the burnout, you're taking in too much that you can't even adapt to your own pace, because you're doing a pace that you didn't even know you can take, because you don't even know your own pace. You don't even know if you can actually take in all your struggles, and it was like every stress that you take in, every new thing, every change, it is a stress. Stress can be good if you know how to regulate, maintain, and be able to bounce back to a status quo. Yes, a status quo. What do I mean by status quo? Because everything cannot always have a change, because when it comes to change, there's only so much a person can actually handle when it comes to certain changes. Example. So if you're going to go to work, and you go to work, you go the same route, same thing, it leaves a bit of this status quo. Your status is to go to work, go back, come back, play game, go to sleep, do the whole yeses of shit, shingles and giggles, and you actually shower and all the regular routines. See, status quo is what I mean by routine. Routine of day ins and day outs of your life. So the moment you break free from that and you start doing certain changes, you have to have something, a fallback, a place to you can actually relax. So that way, everything that just happened, you can actually regurgitate and relearn everything, and those things can become habit. The moment it becomes habit, you can start writing your own story. Because no one ever changed overnight. Your story starts the here and now, the moment of conception, and every conception, it's not premeditated. You are responsible for your own life. You are responsible for your own will, your own well-being, your needs, your wants. Everything has to come in what order, and what that order is entirely up to you. But as far as what you can do, balance. A balance of everything. A balance of fun, play, change, normality, status quo. The moment you find your inner balance, you can start living your calmly life. But not everyone can find a balance overnight. It is certain balances that's within yourself. A self of balance. But sometimes you can throw off the balance, and then you be thrown off your own self, and then you may end up being burnout or something else, something of unspeakable things. But that's all I have for now. But as far as things that to come, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment to what topics you want me to go over, because I did regurgitated a lot of information. Timestamp if you want just to put, hey, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? Or any other videos that I have in my repertoire of the Macaroon channel. But again, like, comment, subscribe. I need these things because the YouTube algorithm loves it. I do not like certain things, but messages are meant to be heard. So, if you do the due diligence in doing those YouTube tropes, I'll be surely to tell you more. Until next time, you'll have a fantastic day, and take care. Bye.